Thank you for joining us at Cocopah Now. I'm Jonathan Athens. Joining us from the Cocopah Museum, Ulises Heredia and Joe Rodriguez, and this is the feature of the week. And you've got some very, very unique items to share with us.
Yes, for this week we decided to go with the book of the Cocopah people. It's part of an Indian tribal series. In this case, I mean, they have different authors. So the author of this one is Miss Anita Alvarez de Williams. She not only wrote this book, but also another one that we brought with us. But we're focusing on this one, the Cocopah People Indian Tribal Series, which was it's part of a two object kind of thing. It was to award a medal to the Cocopah people, and with the medal came the book as well. So it's a limited 15,000 copies, and same for the coins. The coins are silver, correct?
Yes.
So there's two sides of not really a coin, it's a medal. The medal has two sides, one with the Cocopah man and the other one with a Cocopah woman, and it says sovereign nation of the Cocopah. Something you want to add?
Yeah, this came out in 1974, and it kind of encompassed a specific timeline where it focused on a lot of the events that happened with the tribe at the time, housing the current tribal chairman, Ted DeGrazia's painting, what is that, pastel painting of a little Cocopah girl. And so this all went into the book, and it covers a lot of different aspects about the tribe at that time and during that year.
And at one time, this book was for sale. Is that correct? Or we're not sure yet.
I was quite young when this came out, so I am not quite sure about that. But today it is for sale, but not at our museum. We are only archiving, and we do have some in our collection. Because of the limited printing, we will not be able to, give it have for sale of any sort, because however we required the copies that we have now is mostly for us to keep her and to ensure that we have it still. But if you go online, there are certain websites that do offer it. You can buy the whole series, which is around 30 different tribes covering majority of the United States, and so you can acquire it for probably very cheap, $7-10 on up to $75, but it's accessible on the internet. You can go to eBay or whatever site. I think even Amazon has a copy. But as far as for us, we're keeping it to protect it because it's one of the only books that is strictly the Cocopah Indian tribe, and hence the title, The Cocopah People.
And these were on display at one time, correct? In the museum, but they're not on display right now. Is that correct?
Yes, they, as I heard, they were on display before. Now they're still. We have some copies for the public to access them, and if you would like to go see it, they're kind of like a library.
Yeah, library.
You can check it out, read, because it has a lot to offer. It has objects, it has for utilities like water, gourds. It has maps of locations of different tribes. The ones specifically more about the Baja California Peninsula, because the author focuses in this area. There's other objects like I don't know, clothing. There's also games. There's art. There's recent art like the little Cocopah pastel artwork that contributed to for funding to build in this area. So it has a lot to offer. It's a very beautiful book. It has also like the embossed at the cover. It's really worth checking it out.
And when we talk about this, let's talk a little bit about the author, who she is, and maybe her inspiration for this book, and where she lives now. I believe she's in California, is that right?
Where did you say in Southern California?
Yeah, that's the latest that we have on her. She's located in Southern California. That's the most current information that we have right now. But she did live up and down the peninsula, researching tons of research on several of the tribes. We have, of course, the Cocopah, the Paipai, Cochimi, Kiliwa, Kumeyaay, and all those tribes along up and down the peninsula. Those are the tribes that she is focused on, as well as up along Colorado, California coast as well.
It says that her mother, Ila Alvarez, grew up near some of the Diegueño people of San Diego County, California, and her mother taught her interest in and respect for the native people of the land, and that's how it started.
And Joe, you remember when this book came out? This came out in 1974, correct?
I was a wee child at the time, and but I after the fact, maybe a few years later, when I was in school, that it was presented, and we had a Chapay Society in junior high, and so some of our instructors, Cocopah members, would show us the book. We would read it, and it would be a bit of a curriculum where we would be removed from the regular classrooms and given our time for us to study our tribe as well. Just a note, when we say check out the book, we're saying you can come in to the museum and read through the book, but the book cannot be removed from the museum itself. We have a reading area, chairs, comfortable. We can have a desk or a tabletop for someone to read the book or maybe do some study on it.
And let's take a closer look at the metal. It's not a coin, it's a metal,
Yes.
and it looks like it's silver.
Yes. Joe, what can you
This is
say about the coin?
The coin is I understand that it's 99.9% silver. Depicts the tribal, what we know is the tribal seal today, which was done by one of our past tribal members, Mr. Richard White. As far as the one in the image on the back, I'm not too sure how that came about, but we have a woman working in front of a ramada, and that's all quite beautifully detailed in the metal itself, and which is something that is very we're proud to have. And this thing is not, it's not very often that we have something like this. But yes, this has been around since 1974, which was 46 years ago.
So when the museum does open, which hopefully will be soon, this will be another unique item to take a look at. Yeah. And if you enjoy this video podcast, go ahead and like us on YouTube. That's the only place where you can see our video podcast. All of the audio podcasts are on SoundCloud, Stitcher, and all major platforms. That's going to do it for us for now. We'll see you next week.